How's it going, everyone? This is KizunaCollection. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of Witch of Steel Annerose VN. Due to Annerose now coming to AT, I decided it was a good moment to actually play her visual novel and show why I actually like Annerose in the first place. So let's hop in and have some fun. Just before we start, just to note that I cannot be showing the good ending nor the bad endings, due to them having some ecchi scenes. While the true ending does have some ecchi scenes leading to it, but it doesn't have in the finale. And one more thing, I'll be voice acting Riku's line since he doesn't have a voice line. So stay tuned to hear my pleasant voice, excellent voice, something like that, around the lines. Either way, so hope you guys enjoy. I am going to be doing parts of this, not going to be doing a full gameplay in one sitting, because I feel like that's already too much even for me, but parts would be fun just to show like the interaction she has with Riku and the rest. So hope you guys enjoy and stay tuned for more episodes of the Witch of Steel Annerose's VN. Let's begin. Near future Japan, despite preserving the boundary between human and demonkind, nowhere else have they become more mixed. Residents from either world find themselves inevitable, drawn to the border between their realms. The slum called the Brink of Darkness continued to expand, having a will of its own, in time giving rise to an abandoned city where man and demon come together. Monsters, insane criminals, ruthless hitmen, anarchists, agents of anti-government organization, armed refugees, a den of villainous scum. A free city of darkness ruled by sun and order of these outlaws. This is Japan's largest abandoned city, Amidahara. There, South St. Wind Academy, second year Rikuru Tachibana stands. There, South Sound. Oh my God. There, take it back again. There, South St. Wind Academy, second year Riku Tachibana. Sorry. Right, more like it's being put on forced march. The cold jab of metal on my back snaps me from my escape from reality monologue and back to the trotting pace. That metal belongs to the business end of a rusty machine gun. A Kalashnikov, if I remember from my games right. The one holding its arm, it's some older guy sporting a Hitler mustache and the face of a villain, otherwise known as a common slave trader. In other words, I, Richigo Tachibana, am being forced to walk with a slaver's gun in my back. You put it together by now, right? I'm right in the middle of being kidnapped by slavers. In the biggest abandoned city in Japan, Amidahara. Okay. Threatened with the gun again, the other poor future slaves flinch awkwardly, shamble forward like puppets. But still, Mustache and the other bad guys keeping us coiled in look strangely tensed up for some reason. Rather than slavers marching their prey, we huddle together like some cavern as we wend our way through the valleys of rundown buildings. Southward, to the very heart of an abandoned city of Amidahara, towards Shinsai, if I remember right. The leader of the slavers, with his gun in my back, Mustache starts talking about loud to nobody in particular. He spits as regards the bridge hanging over the river up ahead. He calls himself a dirty traitor. I didn't say anything. Mustache gives me another jab in the back with the muzzle as I frantically protest my innocence. Damn it. First slavers, then armed refugees? How can things get any worse? Muttering to myself on the inside, I reflect on the events that led to the current state of affairs. To why am I getting dragged along by these guys? Hey, seeing as we're out of Kyoto, let's go check out Amidahara. The adventure began with these curious words. let's go see what Amida, Japan's biggest abandoned city, is all about. For school trip memories and stories to tell. I don't remember who suggested it first. I feel like it was one of my friends. Or I guess it could have been me. Either way, before I knew it, everyone was like, let's go! Abandoned city of Amidahara. There isn't a soul around who hasn't heard the name. Even those without any interest. The purported city, once hailed as the third largest in Japan, got swept in peculiar conflict toward proxy war between the UAC and the Chinese Union, and took a particularly nasty warhead. Some say it wasn't a new kind of missile, but a large-scale magic, which doesn't exist, mind you, whose rituals went wrong. But whatever it was, the mighty city of wealth and prosperity had reduced the ruins in an instant. Then, the gates opened. They appeared simultaneously all over the world, gates, leading to the demon world. Again, I don't know whether demon world means they led to the actual realm of the devil or what. All I know is that overworldly creatures that define all conventional biology and genetics step forth from these gates, namely inhabitants of demon world. They say that the gate that appeared at Namidahara was the particularly big one. That was about 10 years ago. The inhabitants of the demon world began to settle within the ruins soon after, primarily around the area leading to the back of the world. As if sensing an opportunity, human outlaws began to gather as well, and before long it had matured into the largest abandoned city in Japan. Well, ignoring whether matured would be the right word here, it eventually grew to the large town regardless. Naturally, law dictates that once a town gets big enough, a blooming entertainment district will spring up under the line between anarchy and the law. Those seeking thrills find nowhere else flood in from all over the country, providing the financial lifeblood for the abandoned city and continued to fuel its growth. There's no way a couple of strapping young students like us wouldn't be fascinated by such tales. But we forget, in our unchecked curiosity, that Amihara is also one of the most dangerous cities in all Japan. It had completely slipped my mind until I got separated from everyone and all the excitement, got lost in the twists and turns of the city and captured by slavers. A great man once said, "There's no use of crying over spilled milk." And then there's one more. The trip's not over until you make it back home. Talk about stupid. I'm such a moron. I shouldn't have been so tight with money and just gone into a brothel like everyone else. It's been almost an hour since I was captured. I've done nothing but whine the whole time. Everyone's probably worried about me. I wonder if they're okay. I hope they haven't been kidnapped like me. Wait. Now's not the time to worry about that, because it feels like we're heading into a pretty sketchy area. It's almost as if we're being marched across the bridge between this world and the next one, very moment. I wonder if I'm going to die a virgin. At the very least, I wouldn't do it with a prostitute or something. Is that destined just to be a dream? The fleeting dream of a lonely man? I guess it's true what they say about life every day, like it's like your last, huh? A slaver, not mustache, but one of the other thugs, gives me a jab with his gun. I fall a little behind with the rest of the pack somewhere along the way. Alright, already. Cursing fate, I jog rejoined the ranks of my poor slave companions, when suddenly... Pow. Huh? I know that sound. I hear it all the time in movies, television, and games. A gunshot. Whoa, wait a minute. I can't breathe. It feels like somebody just dropped a sandbag on me. Wait, what the... It sends me stumbling and it slides over my shoulder and hits the ground with a dull thud. It was the slaver who just yelled at me, with a fresh hole in his head. He was shot? He just got shot by a gun? And died? Am I going to die too? Get killed? Gah! I throw myself to the ground and cover my head. Dozens, no, hundreds of gunshots go screaming right over my head. The roars of the slavers, the screams of the slaves. They abruptly end with the gunshots and mingle with the sound of bodies hitting the earth. What is this? Just what the hell is going on? I crawl my way next to the man who just became a fresh corpse and fearfully raise my head to check out my surroundings. We're currently on the bridge. Men with guns are shooting at us from either side. They must be armed refugees that Mustache was talking about earlier. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the slavers returning fire and getting blown away one after another. Isn't it a complete ambush? Shh. Whoa. The high-pitched crack of a bullet rocket past me. A nearby mine who's been kidnapped with me panics and stands up. I don't know if he was trying to make a break for it or what he was about to turn into a Swiss cheese in less than a second. Another one jumped in front of in a panic after seeing that and similarly became the next corpse. Ah, everybody's dying. Ah. I cling to the ground like an insect and don't move a muscle. I'll die if I move. I'll die if I don't move. Shoo shoo. Bullets scream past my ears. I can only clench my head, shoot my eyes, shut my eyes, stick to the ground, and tremble. Some idiot out there's laughing at me at a time like this. Oh wait, I'm that idiot. I'm gonna die. I'm really gonna die. Yeah. Oh, I give up. I think I already have lost it as it is. Still, this will be the ultimate story if I can make it back in one piece. But with the way things are looking at, it's far more likely to end up going away present for the afterlife. Not that I should be thinking like that, but being able to think all is proof I'm still alive. If that suddenly cuts short, it means death. I die. Die. Oh God, if you save me now, I'll do anything. I'll do whatever you say, so please save me, God. I got hysterical before I knew it. I never gone to church or shrine even more once. But the only thing I could do now is stand at my feet and pray. Please save me, God, I'm begging you here. Please don't kill me, save me, God. Save me, oh God. I don't care what God it is, just please, save me. God.
神に祈るなら死んでからにしなさい。
Huh? Suddenly. Yes, it was from literally out of nowhere. A clear, dignified voice filled the air.
顔を上げなさい、少年。
Huh? Me? Is that voice talking to me? But a woman? What's a woman's voice doing at a time and place like this?
そうよ、あなたよ。
The woman responded like she's reading my thoughts. And I slowly, timidly raised my head. The first thing I see are a set of high heels, black with amazingly tall heels on them, and then the legs wearing them. These were glossy black stockings standing literally right next to me. Besides them, the rest of the trunk was slightly dated design. A trunk? Still, those are nice legs.
人の足ばっかり見てないで、さっさと顔を上げる。
Okay. Though they weren't particularly loud, her words perfectly struck my ears, and I all but threw my head back. Ah. She was standing in the hail of the gunfire. Her body wrapped in black, her long dark hair flying. I'd never seen such beautiful woman before in my life.
神に祈るなら死んでからにしなさい、少年。
Smiling coolly, she looks down at me and says the same words once more. What is someone so beautiful doing in a place like this? Someone slid right next to me as I dumbfoundedly stared up at her. Oh. I don't know where we've been hiding, but the one who came army crawling in and dropped himself beside me and was my kidnapper. A Sith-style dirty traitor mustache?
なんだ、あなたもいたの。
Old mustache starts grumbling from back up from this incredible beauty that came out of nowhere.
私は通りかかっただけで、そんな義理はないわね。ええ、私とあなたの仲ね。だから別に助けない。
The woman called Annerose turns her back on his nearly tearful entreaty. His men, meanwhile, were still fighting for their lives and dropping like flies to the armed refugees' bullets.
圧倒的に血のりがないわね。
He He covers on the ground again as a bullet screams over his head. She just keeps calmly looking at him. Wait a minute. How can she just be standing in the storm of gunfire where the slightest move will get you killed? What? That's when I notice the countless number of bullets rolling on the ground all around her. And I see the bullets racing from her heart slowly to crawl before stopping in the midair and dropping to the ground. The bullets. But how? She quietly chuckles at my astonishment. A witch? What?
じゃあ行くわね。せいぜい頑張りなさい。
What? Business beckons. She's leaving? But she just got here. She only came to look. And what's this about a witch? Huh? Wait a minute. What's going on here?
Bye bye.
I don't know if she said it to me or him as she turned and strode away through the gunfire. Annerose stops in her tracks and is shriek. And only looking over her shoulder, she murmurs. Huh? Me? Is she looking at me?
見るところ、生き残りの奴隷はそこの少年だけのようね。
The old man's going about something next to me, sitting in a complete shock.
行くわ。そう、ちょうど奴隷が欲しかったから助かったわ。
Annerose flashes a knowing grin. Now wait just a minute here, hold on. From the sound of the conversation just now, did I just get sold off? And unless I'm mistaken, I think I heard something very scary mixed in there. Something about magic experiments? What the hell, this mustard creep just sold me to this so-called witch Annerose to save his own skin? No way, I'm not hearing this. First of all, you can't just sell... But before I can even object, Annerose spun around to face our attackers.
聞いての通りよ、武装難民ども。私はこの奴隷商人の味方をする。それでも奴隷商人から日銭を奪いたいなら、私が相手になるわ。
The gunfire immediately ceased in response to her thundering voice.
武装難民たちも魔女に弾が効かないってことは分かってるらしいわね。
But why don't bullets work on a witch?
気合よ少年。
What? The witch answers my stunned murmurings like it was like the simplest thing in the world.
さてと。
Annerose sits the trunk on the ground with a clunk. Huh? What's that? Whoa! The sides of the trunk suddenly began to squirm. And before I knew it, the trindles of the flesh that came wriggling out became the set of the arms. They bend, reaching for the handle, and with the proclaimed white fingers undo the latch and lift itself open. Something pitch black floats up within the open trunk. The sheer arc of the tip, the gentle curve of a single-edged blade filled with chilling beauty. A Japanese sword? The slaver gazes in awe at the sword that appeared from, but couldn't possibly have fit within the bizarre trunk. The ultimate sword, Kongo Yasha. She glances my way as I sit breathtaking. She takes hold of the sword. Ah. Countless black threads erupt from its guard. They writhe about living creatures and wrap themselves around her arm. In Western rapiers, the ground serves as both ornamentation and protection for the handle, but this covering her up to the shoulder. And what's more, the black threads undulate with gentle cinnamon movements even now. Amazing. Which, an existence far beyond the rough spellcaster with the beauty I had from games. I gulp from this never-before-seen power that surpasses human comprehension.
面白くなるのはこれからよ、少年。
Annerose's gaze was drawn to the apparent leader of the refugees who's calling out for someone. Their ranks split, revealing a man in Japanese clothing. Big. He's gotta be at least 2 meters tall. Huge up and across, fitting for a giant body, the massive sword slung on his back. Not to mention that scary face. An old scar runs a straight line across his harder than steel forehead, and a pair of piercing eyes sit beneath his shaven brow. His burly lips sit tightly locked together, looking unlikely to ever come undone. I unconsciously tremble from his wicked sneer that would doubtlessly remain unmoved, even if he slaughtered a whole nursery worth of infants. The giant spoke with a huge hand slung across his chest, in a voice that seemed to rumble the bowels of the earth.
あれが先生ね。へえ。幻覚は見ればわかるわ。名前はアボ。アボ？聞いたことないわね。
She purposely said it out loud enough for him to hear, and the giant, Abo's brow twitched at her viable poke. After a little shrug, Annerose strolls out remarkably unperturbed, casually holding her sword in one hand. Then stopping between us and the armed refugees. She raises into a high stance, with one hand, and her body turns sideways. I don't know much about the particular stance, but it seems more suited to fencing than something you'd use with a Japanese sword. Whether he was referring to her stance or something else, the giant murders and slowly closes the distance within Annerose. Then, drying his own moisturous blade, he calmly adapts his own high stance. It's different from the one we practice in Kendo class. Holding the sword with the right hand level, with the face, I've seen this before in games and stuff.
無者冗談ね。本気と思っていいのかしら?
Right, warrior high stance. Assuming you got a helmet on, the sword can't held overhead and must be held onto the side. That's the one for where you want to bet on everything on the first strike. The foundation of he who moves first wins on the battlefield.
何が? 意外と口数が多いのね。切り合いの前にはおしゃべりしたいタイプ?
Annerose pokes him again, but Ambu ignores it. Anger swells in that face of the giant as he voices his disappointment. It's scary enough to give me goosebumps even from back here.
能書きは私に勝ってからほざきなさい。本気を出さないと殺すわよ。
Taking Ambu's rage in stride, Annerose maintains her one-handed half stance and confident smile. The air crackles with Ambu's hell rage. Then, the muscles wrapping Ambu's giant body pounded outward, and it didn't stop there. Thick horns spouted from either side of his scared forehead, and his face stretched and split until it fully resembled a bull's. A giant had now become a matador demon.
へえ、それが本気なんだ。
Even a novice like me can tell it was out for the kill now.
二の太刀いらずね。その筋肉から打ち下ろされる剛健を想像すると感じてくるわ。
Annerose licks her full lips with a voluptuous smile. The giant moves first. A violent vacuum blade erupts along the edge of the sword as it instantly brought down. He brings his right foot forward with the strike, and the distance with Annerose is closed in a flash. Thud. She finished? Or so I thought. For the dust settled to reveal only the amulet sliced clean in half. Not Annerose. She was standing right next to it, still in her half stance. There's no way she could have moved in time. She hasn't taken a single step from a one-handed high stance. Then how? Did he miss on purpose? I freeze at the sound of heavy, grimy teeth. The look of fury. Oh, blood's dripping from Ambu's fingers. When did they get cut? And by whom? That's obvious, it had to be Annerose. She answered his attack with a light counter, looping off his finger and shifting the angle of his strike.
二の立ち入らずというわけにはいかなかったようね。
Abu's mad roar shakes the air.
あら、そうかしら。
Annerose answers with an easy smile as if enjoying a spring breeze. The demon adapts his high stance once more. The dripping blood stops. Annerose suddenly starts chuckling.
誰がよ。そんな大げさな姿になったのに、いきなりヌルヌルの剣が来たからおかしくって。
Abu's expression twists at Annerose's obvious mockery.
わからない？今刀が遊んだだけよ。お前の悪に反応してね。本番はこれからよ。牛頭さん。先に言っておくわ。次にまたぬるいのが来たら容赦なくぶった切るから。
Abu brings his sword crashing down again. Annerose doesn't move? Is she going to deflect it again like last time? No, something's different. What's that? Just before she was about to be sliced in two. That's when it happened. The countless black threads burst forth once more from Kongo Yasha's guard. They outtrace Abu's descending blade, covering her body in literally an instant and assumed the form of an armor of ebon steel. Abu's sword hammers into the otherworld armor that formed in a flash. Annerose ignores her earth-ringing clash and doesn't move an inch, and Abu's sword harmlessly bounces off with all the power it had when it came down. Fear creeps into Abu's face.
行く。
She quietly whispers. Then. I was leaning closer without realizing it. The armor of black dress protecting Annerose releases her as quickly as it formed. And moving as one, the tines swarm upon Kongo Yasha's blade. What comes forth is an entirely colossal weapon that easily dwarfs Anbu. The demon blade Kongo Yasha has transformed into a gigantic greatsword with Annerose's fighting spirit.
あなたの悪を食らってあげる。
A massive demon blade flashes. It's almost like it's a slow motion. A minotaur demon embodiment is slashed upon straight across. Abu screams. His massive body is split perfectly in two. Even I can't tell it's a fatal blow. But her sword wasn't done with him yet. Annerose's bellow fills the air. demon blade howls left and right, cutting down, chopping up, tearing apart. The flowing movements don't stop for a second, shredding Nabu's great body in varied directions. It's like, yes, this swordsmanship borders a dance like beauty. The graceful flourish of a demon blade murmurously cleverly apart the Minotaur's armor of flesh. It only took a few seconds. Nabu's massive body staggers as a torrent of blood squirts from his aorta.
これはおまけよ。
Annerose pulls back her sword and buries a roundhouse kick into his head to finish him off. His neck bones shatter, and a bloody mess of a Minotaur slams to the ground. Nabu doesn't even twitch after the colossal impact.
言ったでしょ。容赦なくぶった切るって。
Annerose says quietly. The fight is over. The armed refugees take off faster than their legs can carry them. But who cares about them anymore? What? I'm paralyzed by the terrible scene. No, by the terrible figure before me. What is she? My voice is shaking more now than when I was being shot at. What the hell is she? A witch? Is that what a witch is? She turned that monster of a man into a bloody stain in the blink of an eye. You're telling me that that's a witch? The mustache who had been watching beside me rises in awe. That's swords, a devil. He nods. A deal with the devil? That kind of stuff actually exists. Oh, I'm listening alright. I heard it. Like it was crystal clear. That's right, I've been sold. To that witch. That terrifying witch. The Witch Annerose. She's coming back this way. There's not a drop of sweat on her even after such an intense exchange. The demon sword in her right hand had reverted back to its graceful slender shape to the point as well.
少年、いつまで寝っ転がってるの？早く立ちなさい。
She sings coolly. Sorry. I let out a pathetically high-pitched squeak as I pop up like a broken marionette.
そんなに怖がることないのに。
No, there's absolutely is. That smile is terrifying. Seriously.
さてと。
Annerose ignores me standing here petrified and turns to the slaver.
親父、約束通り少年はもらうわ。
Wait, are we missing something here? What about me? I don't get all of this.
ええ、好きにするわ。相性が抜群なようだから。これには才能がある。
Huh? Talent?
そういうこと。 ご愁傷様。
So, what are they talking about again? Something about talent or something? Are they talking about me? Nah, there's no way. I'm the last guy you could say that has any sort of talent. Still, I can't put my finger on it, but I'm getting a really bad feeling as listening to them go back and forth. There's probably one I want to say, but my frozen shut mouth doesn't want to cooperate. Wait a minute. Pulling all of that aside, there's no denying that she did save my life. I should thank her first. Yeah, saying things comes first. No matter how scary a witch is, she wouldn't turn around and kill a weakling like me out of nowhere, right? But the moment I opened my mouth, Annerose turned back to face me.
では少年、今日からお前は私のもの。
Excuse me? slap. Huh? What just happened? Wait. Why am I flying? I'm flying? It suddenly feels like I'm flying through the air for some reason. Actually, this doesn't feel too bad. Wait, hold on. The moment I start up to put together what happened... Ow! I feel a sudden impact. On what? The ground? The ground? My head just hit the ground? Then, I see my body? My headless body? Huh? Whoa, wait, what? Hold on, just wait a second here. If I'm looking from over here, and my headless body's over there... No way. I see the slaver throw his hands up near to the top of my field of vision. Hey, you. My consciousness is fading. She really did it. She turned around and killed me out of nowhere. But why? I don't... The feeling of soft palms on my cheek. The sense of being lifted. The last thing I see is the face of a witch who cut my head off. That bewitching, yet beautiful smile. Her face is getting closer, but I can't see so well anymore. The moment my mind sinks into the darkness. Ah, I think she kissed me. A tongue in your mouth, passionate kiss, and then I died.